Have you checked out ChevetteReport.com? It's the newest cigar media outlet to keep you in the know with all things cigar lifestyle related. From press releases to reviews, we have it all covered. Be some of our first members to join ChevetteReport.com and be a part of the next step in the cigar culture. ChevetteReport.com. Welcome back to your lovely Thursday night cigar show. It's your boy, Chief with half a beard, and happy to see you. I am so glad that you guys are here. I'm so glad to be back. I missed you all last week, but I tell you, it was a nice little break last week with, not having to worry about staying up late, taking my daughter to school in the morning, and all that fun stuff. And I know all you guys are curious. And ladies, she had a fantastic first day at school. Jackson had a fantastic first day at school. My wife had a fantastic first day at school. And I had a fantastic day at my house with just one kid. It was wonderful. But without further ado, and 19 people watching, here's Bob the Cigar Guy.
Hey,
And
Bob.
the First Lady.
Hey, First Lady.
Which one of us is Bob and which is the First Lady?
I don't think nobody would be confused.
All right, back to your normal regular program. There's 20. We got 20
Yay!
within 2 minutes and 56
And guess
seconds.
what? I'm not even watching on my phone.
Look at there. I didn't even share it to Facebook like I normally do every week. So everybody was highly anticipating coming back to the show. They missed last week. Let me come over here and read some comments. Starting off at the top, Schlacker President. Sorry, won't be able to join tonight. Driving home 6 hours to a house without internet.
Mac, you could listen on your car.
Why are you giving him a hard time?
We could be your co-pilot.
He's not even here.
Mac,
so
I love you, buddy.
you're just talking to a empty shell.
Oh, what, he left that earlier?
Welcome in Charles Adamson, Supremo Tobacco, Adam Wolf, Fireborn, Dan Burns, Banker John with the good evening, y'all. Hope all are well and having an awesome week. So far, so good. Dan Burns, good thing come to those that wait. Banker John, fair winds and following seas. Mac, Fireborn, and patience is a virtue for somebody else. Gary Zanstra, welcome in. Adam Wolf with the hey fellas. Hey Adam Wolf, how you doing this evening? Here while he's putting his hand on the camera. Fireborn, I'm just excited because I missed last week, and this week I'm already starting my weekend. Congratulations. All right. Put you guys back on screen. Michael Zakovic, it's Thursday. Let the fun begin. What you smoking? What you drinking? I do want to know, what are you smoking? What are you drinking? All 22 of you, 18 on YouTube, 4 on Facebook, and over on Facebook, Jay Bates, Michael Zakovic, Charles Adamson, thank you for hitting the like button, and Adam Wolf, thank you for hitting the love. We appreciate you. I am currently smoking on an Undercrown 10. Shout out my boy Sammy Flo.
I feel like I've just seen you, Jay.
Brian,
Like it was just
what's up,
4 days ago.
everyone? On a severe thunderstorm warning storm that is coming through our city.
Ew.
Perfect time to smoke a cigar.
Like thunderstorm warning storm? Like it's currently storming?
Matt
or it's-
Brugger, good evening, gentlemen. Actually, I need to go take a look at something real quick.
What you looking at while
Make
you're looking?
sure. Yes, Matt Brugger, this is for you. I need you to send an email to me, chief@chevettereport.com, with your name and address, please. Why do we need you to send me your address and your name? Because Matt Brugger, you were one of the people who participated during the show when we had the quality importer Michael's on. Michael Giordano, Michael Giannini. And guess what we have in studio? I will let Bob Cigar Guy fumble through his real quick so they can have his. Go ahead and have your logo face showing. Ready?
Yep.
I'm gonna no. You do the one. I got the other one.
This one?
Yeah. All right. Ready, set, go. These are the new.
Look at that thing.
The
Right
the
there.
only one-offs. The only ones you'll
Right.
ever possibly ever see, because we don't know if we're going to go with these. Those who participated in the Quality Importer live stream in the giveaway section, you guys are going to be getting these. We just got these in. These are
like
the
this
Polio Pros, right?
I like
So this has the no
one?
or the
This one?
the what
No,
you
no,
call
no,
this?
the
The
one you
cigar
have facing
punch.
That's it.
Has the cigar punch
Yeah.
on it, and it has the draw tool, the snub tool on it. Matt Brugger, you're the one of the names that I don't have an address for that
Yeah, I like
I
this one
don't
better.
think I have an address for. I'm not sure. Please do send me an email, chief@chevettereport.com with your name and address on it, because you were one of the people who won, and I don't know if I have their address. Also, Mike Morton. I don't think Mike is on yet. Mike Morton, if you are on, please also send me your address and name, please, to chief@chevettereport.com. I have Jay Bates, Adam Wolf, Supreme Tobacco, Fireborn, Sammy Flo, Ron Maggio. Michael Zakovic. Also, you send me an email with your name as well, please. With your name and address, Michael Zakovic. And Dan Burns, I think we already have your information as well. You guys don't get to pick your colors. You're just going to get it free. We're going to choose.
Darn it.
Assign at random.
In other words, I'm going to throw them in the bag and go.
So, sorry.
Why don't they get to pick their colors?
Because
Woman.
they won for free.
What?
We only have 5 of each. And so what if 6 people want one and then we got to say no? We are going to just randomize and put it in the
I
side.
mean, what
So,
colors do
all
they have
that
to
to
have
say-
to choose from?
Sarah.
What colors do they have to
Red,
All
white,
that to
that's all they have.
say, the next time we have on a guest that might be able to make us some customized gear, make sure you participate in the chat in the giveaway and show up for the show, because you might just get some one-offs. Again, we don't know if we're ever going to do these, and if we do
Pointing at my nose.
these, it might not be the same logo. So these are custom one-of-ones that will be headed to you guys here soon. Let's see. Michael Zachvek's got the Stillwell 2022 in blackened whiskey. J Bates says, I know those 2 people. John Ryan, what is going on? Do you like the Undercrown 10 or the regular? I like them both. I think I prefer the Undercrown Maduro normal the most. But I do love an Undercrown 10.
You got to turn it around.
Tim Winters, Factory Smoke in a Dr. Pepper cream
You feeling hot there, Chief?
Matt Brugger is having a Red Meat Lovers Club porterhouse. Brad Haney, what is going on? How are you doing this evening? Matthew Brugger, I just got your email. Thank you very much. Charles Adamson, I have a Sin Compromiso Paladin de Saka with a monster. Ooh. Sammy Flo, good evening, my peoples. Peter Jones, just the rotten old P-Face checking in.
Sammy Flo too.
The old P-Face is back. Welcome in, P-Face. Be safe in the storms. Absolutely. If you're in a storm, be safe. Don't do anything Chief wouldn't do. And
I do think you've done some questionable things in a storm
oh yeah,
with
$20.
waves. And
Mike Zachvip says, Sammy George Juarez, my boy, Big George. What's good, fam? Chief, what are you giving for free? I can give nothing for free, my dog.
free.
Except
I like free.
big hugs when I see you and the boys. Adam Wolf got me a Placencia Alma Fuerte and some
All right.
Broad Branch
Did-
rom. It's a local
Did you see what old Jay
distillery
said?
here. Jay Bates, yeah, it's crazy, First Lady. It's like we just vacationed together last
I
weekend or something.
know. Like we
Michael
had
Zachvik says,
Chinese
wow,
food
those are
together or
fire. Sammy Flo. Adam Wolf, those are gorgeous, just like you.
I appreciate that, Adam.
It's on the way to the city, his storm is.
He said we're gorgeous.
Let's see, Matt Berger, I got your email. Thank you very much, brother. Appreciate that. Sammy Flo, hey, First Lady.
Hey!
We all know why you're here. Nope.
No.
That's not why she's here.
They've clipped my wings.
That's right. Shot her out the sky. I waited till she got airborne so it wasn't against DNR policy.
For real. I mean, like out of the blue. No. I didn't even walk to the door. No.
Look,
She heard it yesterday.
I ain't even let her see the new stuff we got in today.
I have to behave because if not, I'm not allowed on the show.
Let's see. Dan Burns going to smoke Year of the Dragon and drink some Buffalo Trace. Had a stressful week, so I need to relax. Oh, Dan Burns, kick your feet up, relax, and just have a good time. Supreme Tobacco. Hey, everybody. Hey, you guys.
Not chunk.
I just appreciate getting a ladder as long as it doesn't say "Ooh, the pistolas came out nice, yes sir. Those Polio Pros, baby, they are nice. I don't have on me one of the regular pistolas, but this is a beefier. I don't know if it holds more fuel. You have a camera in front of you. There you go.
I still like the 007 one.
That's the new one.
Now,
Now, the one thing,
that one.
This one?
Yeah.
the one thing I'm not a fan of, and it's the same thing with the regular Polio Pistola, is you have to manually move that down, right? You can't just click the button and it flip all the way down. That's my only complaint about either of these.
Yeah. Especially when you loan it to somebody.
Right. And you got to be like, no, man, you got to flip it down first. I'm like, what?
Yeah. How do I do this?
Especially after you've used it and closed it and that thing's scorching hot. Chief with the hate. I live and breathe it. Sammy Flo, ready for this big giveaway, Bubba? Yeah, I got something big for you. Bob Ellis, not smoking yet. Grading papers. Don't want first graders' papers to smell like smoke.
I mean,
it could smell worse. Smoking a Tabernacle Connecticut Corona. And what a pepper bomb. Ooh, Tabernacle, baby. J Bates, no smokes, but I do have a 6 milligram peppermint rogue. The lighters are great looking. They are. They are nice and robust.
Never sit.
First lady, you are the first lady. Your word rules. Don't get yourself in trouble, Michael Zakovit. I'll mail something else
detached
to you.
from the house?
Listen, when I tell you that they have clipped my wings tonight, I am not exaggerating.
I need to get a folly in here.
It is terrible. The restriction of which I even got to walk through the door. Ridiculous.
Let's see. Those lighters are forced to never run out of gas.
You notice I'm not like my normal Joe.
Dan Burns, I think we have your mailing address, right? Bob the Scar Guy? You have Dan Burns'
He's not
address.
paying attention.
Send it anyway. That way I don't have to go hunt for it.
Send it to, you already have Bob's email. And if you don't, chief@chevettereport.com. Let's see. Sammy Flo springing into action. J Bates ready. Yeah, I was trying to figure out why mine wasn't working the other day. Realized I hadn't flipped open the cap. That's the worst part of it for me, is just having to flip it out manually. I do want to come over here and say thank you to Justin Hunter, my boy, Sammy Flo, and Chris Ruiz for hitting the like button over on Facebook, and B.A. Castro and Supremo Tobacco for hitting the love button over on Facebook. Do appreciate it. To 23 people on YouTube, I'm sure you guys have already smashed that like button. But if you haven't, smash the like button.
I'm not doing it. I am not doing it out of protest.
Fireborn, first world problem. I have to open my lighter first. It is a first world problem. And then, whoa, keep it PG, Cheese. This is the family show. How do you think families are made?
You want me to tell you?
I have 3 of my own children.
You want me to tell you how you were made?
Nope.
Because you want to hear it?
I can tell you where the door is.
In a Ford truck.
So, Jesus. Please stop. Okay.
Have you told that story yet, Bob?
No, I haven't.
Okay.
Speaking of Sammy, he loved and missed you so much, he wanted Chief to have a special gift.
a special gift from Sammy
Personally
Flo.
curated.
You know, I made Sammy a personal gift. I made him a handmade cigar rest.
Pretty nice.
He must have thought. He must have gone out of his way to come up with something very thoughtful for me. Something that I'm really just going to enjoy and be happy with.
This beautiful double-banded Rocky Patel.
Hey! Just for you to smoke tonight, live on Cheat Talk.
Hey, Sammy Flo, I got some
You're welcome.
words for you. All right, now we're unmuted. Thanks, Sammy Flo. Appreciate you.
Fireborn, by the way, a young lady came up to me
way.
and said, "Hey, Fireborn told me to tell you hello and that he enjoyed your show." So, hello.
Who is the young lady?
I don't know. She caught me when I was working the line. She goes, "Hey,
Working the line.
I know you're talking to somebody
working
real
the
quick, but I just
line."
wanted to say," and she was very kind, and she didn't say she watched, but she says he watched. So she said he wanted me to say hello.
Oh, that was nice.
Which was neat.
Fireborn, do you know who it was? We can give her a shout out.
I think he probably does know who it was.
I mean, I would hope so too, but he
that
might
would be a
like
weird stalker.
I was gonna say that's a weird stalker
I don't
movie
know who
right
it
there.
is.
Hey, I've been watching his phone through my phone. I know he watches you. He said it was his friend Randy. So if you have not let me know yet what you're drinking, what you're smoking, I do want to know. I am currently finishing off my what is this called again?
Girly coffee?
No, it's a cold brew macadamia. It's a sweet macadamia caramel cold brew. It's freaking fantastic from Starbucks.
Oh, let me tell you something. Those Michigan people above the Mason-Dixon line, I love to call Yankees. 2 out of the 4
Yankees
have a little sweetness in their tank. They sat down and they could have had bourbon, but they had this little drink.
Do not hate.
Some pineapple.
You should not
and
hate.
some seasoning.
That was probably a really nice
and
drink.
it was such a fancy drink.
Pinkies.
Oh, and it was just I was sad for them.
So we have bourbon.
Yeah,
I thought that the drink had bourbon in it.
Yeah, okay. No.
It had bourbon in it.
Okay, no. When you cover it with pineapple and
it's still bourbon.
Grenadine and have a
bourbon.
A umbrella in it with a flamingo feather.
It didn't have that.
It's just, and they're sipping it so sensitively. It's just, oh my god.
Yes, sir, it is. It's so good. I've drank more than I should admit.
Are we talking about Starbucks?
All right, so
are we talking like Starbucks is okay, but fruity bourbon drinks
we had the Barnsmoker last week, and you guys were in attendance. It was the first Barnsmoker of the year, the Connecticut Barnsmoker, one of my favorite Barnsmokers. I would love to hear how it went. And for everybody who's in the chat, Jay Bates, Sammy Flo, who were at the Connecticut Barnsmoker, I would love to know what is new this year at the Barnsmoker.
Well, let me start off by saying it was amazing that Drew Estate did Drew Estate. There was hurricane warnings.
No, it was
the night before
tropical storm
till like 10 or 11 o'clock at night, and so they couldn't set up half the stuff, and then the wind had blown down some of the tents, and the inflatables had to come down. And so when we showed up at 7:30 in the morning, it was like setting up. Excuse me, got a smoke. Setting up for like 2 days in 5 hours, and everybody was scrambling. First lady, she jumped on there. They did some crafts where they were cutting up things with scissors and putting them on the tables.
That was signage, not crafts.
It was funny that all the ladies went to that table.
It's because we know how to do signage.
I think
we are experts in telling people where to go.
I think some of the
and
bags
how to get
had
there.
Hobby Lobby written on the side of them.
I don't believe
I'm
so.
Just saying, but it was an amazing setup experience. We were ready at 11 o'clock for everybody to come in. Parking, we had to park across the street because it was a muddy mess in the field where they parked last year. The Road Dogs did an exceptional. There was room for about 400 cars, and I think they got 550 packed in there.
Were there like 800 people there?
No.
Is that what I heard?
500. I don't think it was 800. I don't know. I was there. So the new thing, the new they had was the Black Widow Saloon. It was the VIP experience to where you went into this air-conditioned area with linoleum floor, gourmet chefs, signature bar, and they had closed-circuit TV in there where if you just wanted to go as VIP, go sit in there, you never had to leave until it was time to go home. It was right near the bathroom, so you didn't have hardly any walk for that. But the closed-circuit TV actually showed you everything going on at the main stage. The audio was amazing this year. It was not too loud. It was not too quiet. There was no dead spots. There was no screaming spots. Rayford and Isola and Pedro did all the emceeing. Who was it? DJ Eli, of course, did the music. This year, the music was a little different. Not only was it just 80s hip hop, which I love, but there was some country in there. There was some R&B. There was some hair metal. I mean, there was all sorts of great music for everybody. If one group was singing, the next song, the next group was singing. It was a great time. Sammy Flo and them, the Barber and Cigar Company, had a long line of people wanting to get their hair did.
Can you imagine if they had karaoke?
Oh gosh.
Can you? I mean, no. Could you imagine if they offered karaoke in the big tent?
No.
That would be hilarious.
The new thing they did this year, when you got in the line to come into the Barnsmoker, they had 2 coffee trucks that they had.
Well, it was a
Kona Ices, the ices, and so they're walking up and down the aisle giving out ices and coffees and stuff like that to people who were standing in line.
Did Jay Bates get a little icy for his sippy cup?
I don't think Jay Bates. I don't know if Jay Bates got. I
thought I got an icy. Listen, it was hot. I got 2.
And you had a very important job. You were giving out sunglasses and
I was doing my
racks.
favorite thing, giving away other people's stuff. I just got to give it away.
You did.
I did.
So that covers you for.
No.
Speaking of giving away, people stole. But it was approved stealing because every year at a Barnsmoker, whether they use sandbags, whether they use buckets, whether they use whatever, everybody steals the ashtrays off the table. Well, this year, Drew Estate came up with these gorgeous branded melamine ashtrays. And the fun part about this ashtray is on the bottom, it says stolen from Barnsmoker. Now, I did not steal this. I had permission. So before anybody, Jay Bates, starts running their mouth, Sammy Flo, I had permission to take this so that I could show on the show.
But I will say, people did steal it, and they had no idea that was even on the bottom.
It was funny. The last thing Isola Wood said when she was closing out and telling everybody to drive safe and go home, she goes, for all my light-fingered friends, now you can steal the ashtray. And there was not one ashtray left when the show was over.
Were they all gone off the tables?
Every last one. Gone. I'll find them on eBay soon.
Didn't you already look it up?
I found somebody was selling their VIP set.
Yeah, their swag.
For
they bought that so they can do with it what they want.
And backpacks were on sale.
The other new stuff, I thought that the VIP entrance and the general admission entrance ran a little smoother this year.
Jay just said that.
Oh, did he?
Yeah, it was. Yeah. It was an hour and about an hour and 10 minutes. The line was completely gone. Fastest we've ever had check-in before. So
yeah.
Everybody asked where Steven was. Where's Steve? And where's Steve? And where's Steve? And where's Steve? And where's Chief? Chiefy. I said, but I'm here. Yeah, but where's Chief?
I will say, as a mama, like I was super proud because
Yeah.
Got it. Go ahead.
nope.
I knew that was coming. I saw that face like, you got it. I was proud as a mama. Boop, boop, doop, boop, doop. Mhm.
Nope.
You done lost that one. That one's in the universe now. It will never come back down.
Down.
But Sarah did a great job.
She's allowed to interrupt me, but I can't interrupt her.
I'm the mama.
It's called Chief Talk.
Listen, I brought you into this world.
Yeah, come on, stand up.
I can take you out. Just saying.
Let's see. Let me answer some of these. Eli did an amazing job. I knew he would. One of the things I missed the most was being able to hear Eli. I almost texted him a couple of songs like, "Hey man, play these in my honor, please." Stay Flow first. They took care of everything with cooling towel. Joey, what's up, fellas? What's up, Joey? Charles Adamson. Karaoke will require auditions or references to be sure only good singers like BTCG are allowed.
No, that's
Adam Wolf likes the ashtrays.
Joy of karaoke. You never know what you're going to get.
It was cool, Chief. They let both groups in at the same time, GA and VIP, and the activation stayed open during everything. The flow was great.
They had where the acid.
What's going on, Miss Brianna Miller?
Where the acid tent was.
That's so sweet. Oh, I keep trying to get it.
You're there.
There it is.
Where the acid tent was, they had a air hockey table. They had a couple video games.
Air hockey.
Yeah, it was, and it wasn't really. A lot of people weren't there. They had a banner up that people could spray paint. The problem is the wind kept knocking it down. The weather was gorgeous.
What's going on, Sim?
Sunshine. They did not have the darts this year for the Herrera. They had 2 basketball goals where you had to shoot free throws instead of shooting darts.
You want to know who's got hoops?
I've been at the kids' table for my whole entire life.
Pedro.
Yes.
Brown and Miller says, looking forward to Kentucky, both events. Man, I'm excited to see what the family reunion holds.
Me too.
I'm kind of, you kind of really know what to expect with Barnsmokers, even though they change things from year to year. Obviously, the biggest change would have been DE25. Nobody really knew what to expect with that. But even before the DE25, they were adding things, taking away things, changing up things with Barnsmokers every year. So it was dope to see some of the changes. But with this family reunion event, like there's no
no
it's
blueprint.
like you can go into it thinking, oh, maybe this will be like a Barnsmoker, and maybe it will be, but maybe it's completely they're full suspense.
Now I will tell you one of the things that I was really, really happy with is the cleanup crew. They hire out, they contract a crew to come out and do water and garbage and stuff like that. I couldn't find a half full garbage can all day long. I was
so impressed. And I really, I think I told you this on our flight home. I really wish that I would have stopped and spoken. There were 2 guys that were absolutely just busting their tails.
Ronald talked to them.
Working. I mean, everybody else was working. They really were. I was super impressed. But these 2 just stood out to me because I swear, I don't think I ever saw them stop.
They were scrambling.
Stars
Dan Brink says, I wonder if DE will be putting ashtrays in the packs next year.
Probably not. This year you got your backpack, your hat, which is this camouflage, and you also got a spray can lighter. Excuse me, with the same logo.
I took some good pictures throughout the weekend, but my favorite one is this one.
Oh, look at that, Zola.
Isn't that a good picture? That's when you went into the Black Widow Saloon, and you did your live with her. I thought that
That is a good
action shot,
picture.
it was so good. Like that should be one of their promo shots for the Barnsmoker.
That's a good picture.
It is a good picture.
And you had red shirts if you were regular staff, and then there were some people black shirts, which were like the super high up, and it was almost like a military uniform kind of thing. So the black shirts were Josh Roquet and a couple others, and then there were the blue shirt, which was Christine and I think Tom, and then the yellow shirt, and Isola. They all had little names on the side, and Isola's was Miss Sunshine, which was very fitting.
And I think you sang to her. I got sunshine.
I might have.
Yeah, I think you did.
I might have.
Isola didn't ask about her Texas tea at all.
She did.
I
She
knew
said,
she would.
"Tell my Texas tea I missed him."
I knew she would. I knew if anybody was going to miss me, it was going to be Isola.
She did.
Isola was my
I would have
homie.
told you all the nice stuff people said about you, but no. I'm just saying. You will never know what people said about you.
So a little
I need
segue.
some scissors.
One of the cool things that you haven't mentioned
Maybe that knife's over there.
at the Barnsmoker was there was another company there,
There was
and they were actually selling stuff.
25% off.
Please tell us.
I
and
think there were a
Just one.
couple of
Please.
other companies.
please tell us what that was like, who it was, what it was like. Do you think it's a good addition, a great addition,
Right.
a bad addition, an indifferent decision?
It's different. I liked it. I'm a fan of when you go to Barnsmoker, you pay you pay your $10 for your cigars, and everything else is free, right? But it's kind of neat for them to bring in vendors. And this year they brought in, or for this Barnsmoker, they brought in Calibri.
Yep.
And Calibri had a ton of stuff out there. Miss Lori Paris and another young lady were there, and they had all sorts of humidors. They had cutters, they had lighters, they had travadors, they had all sorts of stuff, and they had their brand new stuff that I saw at PCA, which I fell in love with. And I told her how much I enjoyed the new lighter that will go on my desk. Look at that thing, the Rubik's Cube. That's their new style now.
Okay, so this is the Calibri desktop lighter, the Quasar desktop lighter that we have used for years. And this
Works like a champ.
And it's a triple flame. There you go. Big depressible button on one side. And this is the Quasar tabletop cutter. It's got a guillotine on one side, V-cut on the other. They both have stayed on my desk just because it's been the best place to put them, because my desk is bigger and open. But this is the new tabletop lighter, and I saw this on Instagram. I didn't get to go to the Calibri booth at PCA, but I saw it on Instagram this week, and I was drooling at the mouth. So this, like I said, tabletop, it's got big hands.
Heavy too.
It is. It's nice.
That's solid.
Thick. It's got the lighter door at the top with the Calibri bird
Hummingbird.
on it, and you got a little button right here, and it's a little double jet. But wait, what is that? There's a button right here. This button is a soft flame. So you got jet, soft flame.
Can you turn it upside down and use it?
That would be dumb.
Not.
That wouldn't be smart.
I would not.
You can turn it sideways.
I was going to say, what's the soft flame for?
Some people don't like to just light their cigars with a torch. They'd rather a soft flame.
Aficionados.
Does it change the flavor or something?
Some people say that using a torch overheats a tobacco and it makes it bitter in the beginning and blah, 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 blah. Some people say they like the torch because of the ease of use. Some people like the soft flame because of tradition, but also because they want to take their time and toast it and really just slowly let the smell, the aromas come into the air and stuff like that. So it's just a personal preference. As far as I like a soft flame, but I use a jet almost all the time because jet is so much easier, especially on a smaller cigar.
So if you're not following me on Instagram, Chief and Lee's will have a nice set of photos with this sometime soon. I don't know when. But
Hopefully some of that will go over to the bottle of cigar.
It might. Also got a new Quasar item in as well. This is a 3-finger travel humidor, cedar lined, but it's got that patented Colibri Quasar raised, so it goes like the whole Quasar line, right?
Mm-hmm.
They got a humidor, they got small cutters, big lighters, little lighters.
Now with that new set, they have a humidor, they have an ashtray, which really looks cool. They have a lighter. And what she had there, one of the things she had that I really liked was they had a small desktop humidor that looked like a rally lighter. The square one with the little divots in it. It was like a big, giant, under the giant looking rally lighter. Really, really nice.
Did anybody
So I thought that was
else
cool to
see
hear.
that? Did you see that?
I thought that was really cool to hear
Didn't see
that
that?
Colibri was at the Barnsmoker, that Drew Estate brought, other companies in to party along with the vibe. There have been so many people that I've talked to at Barnsmokers that were like, "Hey, where can I buy more cigars at? Where can I buy? Hey, can I buy a Drew Estate shirt, or can I buy a Drew Estate light or something like that?" So I think it's a step in the right direction for Barnsmoker with, bringing in, some. And you said that they're going to be at all the Barnsmokers this year.
Yes.
So, that's something to look forward to if you're going to any of the Barnsmokers going forward. And you said it was 20% off.
25.
25. Dang. Matt Berger says, just got myself the Quasar tabletop cutter. It's so awesome. Heck, I love this thing.
Heavy.
I love this thing, man.
And that's years old, and it has no chips, no nothing. I mean,
it's got a little wear.
It's a good.
On the corners,
cutter.
there's a little bit of wear, but it doesn't stop the performance.
And it holds a lot of cigar.
It does hold a lot of cigar caps. Ron Maggie, I just joined when you were showing the lighters with the logos on it, but my video froze and I could not hear if you were selling those. Ron Maggio, you are actually one of the ones who won that lighter. If I do have it, yes, you participated in the giveaway. So those are the custom 1 of 12 lighters that were made for the giveaway. So actually, you were going to be getting one of these. We're not letting you guys pick colors. Whichever one you get is whichever one you get, but it's free. So this is the Palio Pro, right? It's got the cigar punch, and then it's got the draw tool nub holder on there, and then it's that nice big old flame on there. Big fuel window, big fuel die. It's very nice. It's very robust. If you've seen the regular Palio Pistolas,
I'm telling you, it's like a 007 lighter.
That's the Pistola.
So yeah, Ron Maggio, shoot me an address to ship to at chief@chevettareport.com so that I can go ahead and get that stuff compiled and hopefully sent out this week or next week. So chief@chevettareport.com. If you don't know how to spell chevettareport.com, it's the first link in the description, and it's just chief, CHIEF, in front of it at chevettareport.com.
I think that is kind of, so Brianna was saying like, good for a heads up to bring some extra money for the lighter. I think that there are several people that I heard in the line that were like, oh, it's a good thing I brought cash. Because I don't know that they
were taking cards.
But I don't think that they realized that they had to like spend extra money. I've heard that a couple of times.
You never have before.
Kind of like,
you never have. The only thing you've ever had to bring money for is for your cigars.
But I'm saying
Florida.
that is that there were people coming through the line because I was right at the front, and several people said, "I didn't realize I needed to bring money. Oh, I didn't realize I needed to bring money. Oh, I didn't realize." And so I don't know what the information is that goes out when you buy. Like, is it in the
Drew Estate likes to do surprising things. No, there's always value added. There's always something that they don't tell you about. Just like when we went to the walkthrough the morning before, they said, you can go look at the Black Widow Saloon, but you can take pictures and stuff, but nobody can post anything until 11:01 because we want to make sure our VIPs get the first visual experience. And so they're real good about having just what they call Easter eggs.
Sure.
That value added thing that you didn't expect. Oh my goodness, what is this right here? So they're always doing neat new things to make you wonder what else is happening. So I would suggest you bring a little bit of money. Who knows? Maybe some other vendor will be there. Who knows?
Who were the people that were over by? They were by the big tent where they had like the video game things. They had like the wood stuff on there.
They were selling. That's true. There was a second vendor. They were selling handmade ashtrays, wood ashtrays, some very nice mahoganies and some African woods and some this and that, and they actually gave away some that had the logo of the Black Widow Saloon, and they did that as a giveaway to some of the people in the VIP area. That was one of the things that they could win.
Oh, your mic died, by the way.
It died?
Yeah.
Oh no.
Here, hand me the mic box. They can hear you because my mic is picking up. You're just a lot quieter.
I was just.
No. Unwrap the cord. The cord's just going to have to drape over my mom. I have to plug it in so it'll charge while it's going.
Will it reach?
Okay, here's this. No. Plug the cord into the box. There you go. And plug this into the box. Side.
You asking me to do this? You know I can't see.
I'm telling you, I'm directing. All right, let me see. Let me press and hold and see if it'll turn on. Yep, it's on and charging. Just clip it onto your shirt or something. Just let it free hang.
Just let it hang.
There you go. Now your mic is working and back on.
Testing 1 2 3.
I can see
Testing 1 2 3.
I can see the bars working.
The audio guys were working so hard that morning. If they didn't say test,
Check.
700 times. I was like, oh my gosh.
Look at there.
Look at there. I like meeting everybody. I really do. And especially if they're like.
Thank you, Brian. Thank you for pointing that out.
They come up and they're like, hey. And even if I don't like, because I see, hold the flashlight.
That's like when you're a kid out working with your dad, and your dad has you holding the flashlight, and then he yells at you, hold the flashlight still. And it's actually not the dad mad at you for not moving the flashlight. It's the dad mad that he can't figure it out on the first try, but he takes it out on you.
Facts.
That's what
Smitty Smith has been diving into some old Bob the Cigar Guy videos. That's crazy.
Ron Smith. I'm currently en route to New Orleans on the American Legion National Legacy Motorcycle
You told
ride.
us about that. Miss Lori with you.
Keep your eyes
She's
on
got
the
her
road.
own little scoot about.
Keep your eyes on the road, brother. And stay safe. I got to see you again this year. Which I will say, I will be at the next 2 Barnsmokers this year.
It was a moment of contention when we were sitting there at dinner with all the road dogs, and I was giving them sand about, well, one of the road dogs came to visit, and boy, did we give him a lot of cigars. And they all looked at him like, you got a lot of cigars. He just kind of smiled.
But I mean, good on him that he didn't go, look what I got. No,
he should have done
that. Oh, should he?
But then it was so.
Look, if Jay Bates can afford to sail around the world, he can afford to come travel.
Right. And, but I gotta tell you, Jay, I saw the pictures of you and your lovely wife, and I was like, look, it's Jay's wifey. She's cute. She got pretty hair. She looks good with you.
Is that why you said, how did he get her?
Don't tell Jay that.
Oh, okay.
No, but it would be lovely.
First Lady's trying to get all the wives to come to the Barnsmoker.
I would love for that to happen. I would love for the wives to come because I think, and I've said it before, I think it's like a misnomer of like what they expect.
She doesn't like cigars.
I don't either.
So how was it being in
Maddie
cigar
Scaife, good to see
environment?
everyone. Hope y'all smash that thumbs up yet. Do it.
In a cigar environment like that? You didn't have a lot of smoke in your face and a lot of all that stuff. I mean, it's an open air event.
So when you're working it and you're moving around and stuff, no. But once you stop and sit down somewhere, because okay, so listen, here's a heads up. If you come to a Barnsmoker, like the Barnsmoker is not the only thing that people do when they go to Barnsmokers. A lot of people they stay in the same hotels, they go to dinner together, they hang out before, during, and after the show. And so like the Barnsmoker itself, no, not a whole lot of like intrusive cigar smoke because it is open and you can move. It's the after parties and stuff where everybody's crowded together. Yeah. So, I mean, if you just were to sit in the big tent, maybe. But if you do other things, you know, it's not so overwhelming. And like if the ladies go, I mean, some of them are like, no, I don't want to do that. But look, I've gone to a Barnsmoker and gone horseback riding before, several times. Kentucky, horseback riding. Dallas.
Fireborn says, my lady friend Randy smokes more cigars than I do. We even have VIP tickets for the Rocky Mountain Cigar Fest next weekend.
Ooh. What does the Rocky Mountain Cigar Fest give you for VIP?
Cigars.
Like, do you get a VIP experience with them
Rocky
too?
Fest cigars is kind of like smoking in the Carolinas.
Just a bunch of tents.
Kind of.
But they
a little more
had-
than that.
Big
They had
tent,
some-
Bunch of vendors.
vendors.
I gotcha.
It's a multi-vendor event.
I gotcha.
It's not like a Barnsmoker. So
There were a good number of ladies at this Barnsmoker, and this one was a little different. Like I'm used to seeing a lot of the ladies come with like they come decked out in their swag and stuff like that. This one, and I think it's probably regional.
I think it's the weather.
Do you think?
Yeah, because they were decked out. There was a lady last year. She had some Nike shoes that evidently were just amazing. She was afraid they're going to get dusty, and she wore Walmart bags on her feet. It was goofy.
Oh.
It was goofy.
Well, we definitely did not have that problem. I was glad, like Stephen had said to me, hey, Mom, take some boots because expect mud. And 'tis true.
I wore my hot bottoms. I was sliding all over the place the first little while.
Oh, that would have been great to watch.
Yeah, I was slipping and sliding a little bit. So.
And I think the more that people walked, you know, on the muddy parts, like the muddier it just
got
got.
slickerier.
It never got
But
unmuddy.
most of the areas, other than when you walked in, the rest of it there wasn't a lot of mud. I mean, the places that were
in the big tent.
The place, well, by the time it was over, yeah.
Even before, like I think they tried to pour some mulch and stuff down. I mean, they really do try to take care of the guest experience. Like they really want the consumer to have a good time.
And they did
So
extra.
They bend over backwards to really like, okay, we know this is muddy. Let's
They
put mulch down.
did extra raffles at the end too, where they were doing. Remember how Pedro did a couple years ago, where he was giving away everything, auctioning off. They did that again. They did a whole bunch of stuff. They auctioned off.
They
should have
raised
had
a lot of money
Pedro.
for Scotch Warriors.
They
raised
did
almost $30,000, I think.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, they really did.
Yeah, and they did. They had these neat lounge chairs.
Shout out my boy Pete
Adirondack.
Totaro
Adirondack chairs that were the Liga. They were Liga
and
painted.
Matty Rock.
Really, really nice chairs. And Matty Rock was dressed up looking like a
Corn cob
with a corn cob hat.
I thought y'all were gonna go cornholio.
Okay.
I'm Cornholio.
Pedro should have signed a basketball and like auctioned that sucker off.
Was there a basketball court?
Yes.
Instead of doing darts, you had to do free throws.
I'm telling you, Pedro's got skills, and he was doing it in his cowboy boots. He would go forward and slide a little bit, but he would make it every
I
single
love to see
time.
Pedro try to dunk though.
Well, there was a big net around it
Yeah,
catching
there
the
was a
ball,
big
so you
net.
couldn't dunk. But
But I bet you he would have tried it.
Willie could shoot pretty good. When they said a dunk contest, I
Willie's
actually thought it
tall.
was a dunking booth. I was wondering who was
Oh.
going to be in the dunking booth.
Oh, if it was an 8-foot goal, ain't nobody beating me.
It was an 8-foot goal.
It might have been.
Oh, if it for a dunking contest, man, ain't nobody. I'm windmilling.
You're only 6'3". Willie's
Air
6'6". It was slick though. They had a basketball deck, I guess, out there, and that joker was getting slick by the time it was over. People were sliding just a little bit. It was fun.
Just a little bit of a pivot. If you guys didn't see this week, it was released that Davidoff will be at PCA next year. So all of the big four are now fully back at PCA 2025. Steve Saka was hilarious on Facebook.
I told you. Yeah, I saw that.
So, which I feel like that's not much of a prediction. Like, obviously, eventually, everybody was going to have to come back.
Well, you know what? PCA had to make some changes, and they have.
Well, maybe with them not being in Vegas might be.
It's actually harder in Louisiana.
Yeah, Louisiana's harder because they're really hard on the smoking. They actually went to the Chamber of Commerce and said, "Look, we bring X amount of dollars, millions of dollars based on hotel and food and
tourism
and all that."
Brian, I think they came back because one, the cigar industry took such a big hit this year, and two, I think they realized just how much everybody else is catching up to the Davidoff name because people were they were back at PCA.
I also think it was a change of guard. They have. I think PCA has changed a little bit. I think they had to adjust, and now they have a whole new board. They have a whole new PCA group, and they've changed.
You've got a great point.
They've changed the look of PCA. So I'm looking forward to see what Vegas they're going to be in New Orleans for the next 2 years, and they're talking about going back to Vegas after that. They have to have a 2-year commitment whenever they go to any of those places. So.
I almost wonder though if that's not going to piss off cigar manufacturers because
moving the menu?
Because I feel like I remember Steve Saka talking about what he does is he just rents a storage locker for all of his PCA booth stuff in Vegas and just pays for it every month. And then when it's time to go do PCA again, he sends people to the storage locker, get the stuff out of the storage locker, put it up.
Yeah.
So he's going to have, if he does it that way, he's going to have it in 2 cities. And if you do a storage locker in New Orleans, you're going to have to worry about hurricanes, water damage, all that kind of stuff, what you don't have in Vegas.
Right. Well, another thing is a lot of we've only been 2 years, and a lot of a number of the booths use the same booth.
Right.
Drew Estate did a whole revamp on their booth, but
that was the first time we've ever seen Drew Estate at PCA.
That's true.
Foundation stayed the same.
Oliva
stayed the same.
Saka stayed the
same. Jason Newman stayed the same. Gurkha stayed the same.
You know, the bigger booths stayed the same. Zeno, they changed.
They weren't there.
Not Zeno. Your favorite cigar company. You call them trash something or other.
Rock Hotel?
No.
Rock Hotel stayed the same.
No. Last year they had all the big lights and the $10 million ashtrays.
Oh yeah. El Septimo.
They changed.
I think New Orleans
Roma
is
Craft
just
didn't
traditionally packed with people anyway. So I don't know. I mean, I can think when people go to New Orleans, I'm addressing like, I think it's Michael said it's going to be a mess because there's going to be another group there. But I think, New Orleans is traditionally just packed with people anyway. So I don't think you're going to really notice. I don't think it'll be any different than if you had gone.
Isn't PCA in? So PCA is in April next year, I think, mid-April.
Yeah,
so
when's Mardi Gras?
No, Mardi Gras is March.
But I mean, I still just think New Orleans is just full of people all the time.
Roma Craft is such a like minimalistic booth.
A Spartan booth, they are.
I think that they could probably. I think they probably fly with their stuff. Honestly, they're literally just metal frames and posters, and then chairs.
Yeah. And a table.
They should employ the people of like when they're out in Vegas. They should
And
get the people from California to come out, like the movie set people.
Well, Brian said, I wonder if Saka stores
Prop
it with the trade
stuff
show
all
movers. If that's
Can't
the
do
case, it won't be too difficult to use them to transfer it to other location. The larger movers usually have different locations around the country, and that could be the case. I just remember Steve saying something about it was nice because it had something to do with storing all of his stuff in Vegas.
Right.
So I don't know the way he made it sound, and maybe he was just doing it in layman terms because it really was none of my business. Was that he just has a storage unit, he leaves it there, and then when it's time for the trade show to happen, he just pulls it out and puts it out. Which Steve he's very braggadocious about having the most comfortable chairs,
which they are comfortable.
One of the things we talked about after BCA was a couple weeks after BCA was kind of ranking booths, and one of the things that we talked about was we were disappointed in some companies because they didn't change their booth, and we were happy with some companies because they did change their booth. Ag and Orsa Leaf changed their booth up a ton.
Who's the one with the mariachi band?
Casa 1910. Their booth was changed. It was different. It was different,
smaller.
But it wasn't that much different. But it was different. Artisanal del Tobacco had a much nicer booth.
They had a booth for God's
this
sakes.
year. I didn't see Placentia's booth last year.
Leff and Lom had a better booth this year.
Leff and Lom had a much better booth because they are now adjacent with Oliva. But Oliva's booth was not any different. Fuente, Jason Newman's booth was the same. Let's see. Calibri had an actual booth this year.
Right. Instead of a table at
ST DuPont had a nice setup. They had the big Game of Thrones Iron Throne in their booth.
We were invited whenever New Orleans comes around. We were invited to go stay with some folks at their home.
They don't live in New Orleans, though. They live in Baton Rouge.
Who?
Acorns.
Were we?
Where? And is it Karen?
Oh, no.
The one
Yeah.
Ryan.
on the
Mark
farm.
Ryan from
Daughters and Ryan.
Yeah.
They told us they told us we need to come down and just spend a week with them.
Said, come stay in the house, stay in the
Yeah.
farm.
Well,
He lives in North Carolina, though.
She does.
He does, too. He's got a farm. A
I
small
mean, I
farm.
think-
It's a hobby farm.
They have a couple of places that they hang their shingles, put their boots up.
Their shingles.
Well, I mean, that's
old school.
actually a term.
Yeah. It's for a business, but yeah.
I mean, they're in business. That's why he moves around. That's why they have, because they do
Spaces.
business where they go.
You light up an acid over there?
No, it's a back. Yeah, Ronald, it was the big Game of Thrones chair. And then they had some models.
Well, Ronald
that they
Smith,
just
he's notorious for the giant chairs. Supreme Tobacco heading out with dinner with the family. Love you all. Have a great night. Bye.
Enjoy supper.
Finally got to meet Saka last week. Great experience.
He's awesome.
He was so down to earth and answered so many questions. Really great time. That's one of the things I love about Saka. It's just how down to earth and normal he is.
He doesn't sell cigars. He just hangs out.
I just lit up a Herrera Esteli Tienda Exclusiva. I don't smoke mini Lanceros, but I'm excited to smoke this one. Yeah, this was given out at the Barnsmoker this year.
This year it was kind of interesting. You know, every year when you get your pack in there as an A, you guarantee it every time. And this time the A was not in the pack; it was at a activation station where they were giving out 15-year Florida Cana rum.
Kind of yuck.
Little drinks of Florida Canya from?
Floor, FLOR.
That's what the little is in.
You know what I did with mine? Got a Coke out of the cooler. Well, you got me the Coke.
You made a rum and Coke out of Florida Canya?
Sure did.
Oh, jeez.
Out of 15-year Florida Canya.
Sure did.
Now, the VIPs had 25-year, I think it was, Florida Canya, which I got a smoked old-fashioned from there.
Yep.
The A is Matt Skate's top 5 cigar. Ooh, I love the A. I love them to death. They're a fantastic smoke. Really enjoy those. I don't smoke them a lot because I want to smoke through my supply of them. But it is you got to dedicate some time to smoking that cigar.
Absolutely. Not when you're mowing the lawn. Jonathan Drew brought the baby.
I saw pictures.
His new son.
I
Chunky
saw
little
him.
kid.
I saw him at the hotel.
Did you?
The baby.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm glad the Barnsmoker did well. It seems like there were less problems for a first Barnsmoker of the year
We didn't run out anything.
than years previous, with Florida being the first Barnsmoker a few years ago, Pennsylvania being the first Barnsmoker last year.
Christina's really put her thumbprint on it. I mean, she's changed some things. She's modified some things, and they're all good additions. They don't take away from the legacy of Barnsmoker. It just has a more refined feel, I'd say. Just a little bit more interactive. The lines, that was one of the things a lot of the workers were talking about. The lines were so much shorter going to the activation stations. The activation stations were open the whole time, even during the classes. And the classes were very well. A lot of people were there. There were 75 to 100 people there.
Several people into the hand rolling activation station, because I think from prior Barnsmokers that I've been to, and I think especially Florida last year, because that's where Mac was, people were really upset that they didn't get to do it. And so this Barnsmoker, like, they had you still signed up, but they had like several 20-25 minute blocks, and they were doing it, like they were really trying to stay on it, because that is what I guess one of the favorite activation stations.
When do you ever get to roll your own cigar? And they had 4 or 5 people working that station.
I will say it was hilarious. Tom Z posted in the Drew Estate Facebook group, said, anybody who's at Barnsmoker, don't you dare email help@drewestate.com when your self-rolled Undercrown Maduro comes unraveled. I thought that was funny. That's like I can take a joke and run with it. That was pretty good.
Yeah, that was all right.
Pretty quick.
It was all right. It seemed.
I think the second favorite thing that people did is that they had access to the food trucks. There were several food trucks there, and I think people. I don't know how the food. Like, did you have a ticket to do the food? Is that how it goes?
This year, everybody gets a ticket book, and there was a ticket for each one of the food trucks. It wasn't pick one food truck. You got to go to all the food trucks, and they didn't feed you a bite. They fed you
good.
So,
the one thing I wish I would have tried was the nachos I saw walking around. I think
they look good.
I want to say Jay or one of the road dogs got the nachos. It might have been
George.
Maybe, but I wish that I would have tried that. I got the chicken wings, but I am telling you, like, those chicken wings were good.
No, everything was gourmet.
They were good.
And you got cupcakes.
I did. I got 2 containers of cupcakes, and they flew home with me. And they ran through.
Oh, the guy that makes the custom cupcakes?
Yep.
Yeah. He came to me, he goes, where's the first lady? And I said, I think she's over there. And he goes, well, these cupcakes are for her. I'm going to give them to you. I said, don't give them to me if they're for her. Give them to her. I said, she's over there. He went over there and he found you and gave them to you, because no, I wasn't going to.
Oh, it was Jeremy who got the nachos. They were delicioso.
They looked good. I think it was Bear Bear something barbecue.
I think so.
Um,
I didn't eat.
I know.
I don't eat.
I don't like that you don't eat.
Now they had for all the workers early in the morning. They had breakfast burritos, which was amazing because those big slabs of bacon. That bacon was a quarter inch thick,
They filled with egg.
and it had egg.
I'm gonna give
And then
a
it had
shout
a piece
out.
of spinach, which I didn't care for. And then all of a sudden, it had a bunch of Matty Rock's illegitimate children,
Corn.
little pieces of corn in there. I said, Matty, these are your kids, buddy.
I'm gonna
Because he was
give
wearing a whole corn outfit.
a shout out to Will McFall though, because he had gotten like a bunch of like breakfast where he came up to me. He's like, "Here, have breakfast." So I didn't have to like go look for it or hunt
Will's
for
the
it.
best
or
rep in the
miss it.
land.
And then at the end with the cupcakes, he came up to me and he said, "Here, have some cupcakes." So I ended up with 2 boxes of gourmet
Matt
cupcakes.
Scaife, I think you're 100% nail on the head, whether they sponsor us or not. There's not another company that treats their consumers as good as Drew Estate. Truly missed them in Pennsylvania this year.
They lose money every year on every Barnsmoker, and it's not $50 they lose. They do it for the love of, because
It really is true consumer engagement.
If you take your pack of cigars, not even the event, not even the. I got them right here. Where's my pack of cigars? I should have planned for this. No, I can't find them. Hang on. Here they are. In just your entry, you've got this pack of cigars right here. Not that pack. You get a Numero Uno, an Underground 10, a UF 13, Cinco de Cadas, a M81 Black and a T52, a Ratzilla, a Velvet Rat, a Liga 10, a Liga Privada 9, and a huge, look at that, Steven. Turn the dang camera off of you. And you get a huge H99. I mean, that right there is your ticket to get in the door. That right there, that would pay for your ticket. And then you're going to get the A, and you're going to get all the other activation stations. And there was, I think I counted 11 activation stations. So you're going to get 11 plus. So you can get 22 cigars easy. And that's not if you're VIP, because if you're VIP, you got a box of the blackened pigs. Plus, you got some other cigars in there, too. I don't know what they got, but they got tasting. They got a pairing class where they got some cigars, and they got something else as well. So lots and lots of good stuff.
Dan Burns wasn't paying attention. They had a whole station giving out the A's. Dan Burns over there sleeping. Wake up!
He said he was going to relax.
I didn't say go to sleep.
He meant it.
Dan had a rough day.
Week.
They have had a rough week.
Look, we're an hour into the show. Okay, no excuse now.
No.
Jimmy
Don't let
says
him slide.
Mr. William McFall, credit score 801. Well, good. I'm glad you guys had a fantastic experience with the Barnsmoker this year. I'm glad to hear that Barnsmoker lived up to its name, lived up to the hype. I haven't seen any complaints on Facebook. Last year, after the first Barnsmoker, there were a ton of people who complained about the music being too loud. It was too hot, like Drew Estate could affect the weather. But it seemed like, from the consumer side, from the behind the scenes side, it looked like everything really moved pretty well.
Right.
With it being a Barnsmoker and being the first Barnsmoker of the year. Happy to hear that went well. So that means Kentucky and Florida are only going to be even better.
The only thing I wish they would have done differently is, I don't even know if it's technically possible, but set up an internet Wi-Fi umbrella or something to where, because I couldn't do a ton of lives because you couldn't
have service.
You
Because
couldn't
I
get
had
good
service.
A lot of people complain about dead spots and stuff. Of course, you're on a farm.
You know how expensive that would be?
Yeah, but I'm just saying.
But I had service. We had the same cell phone carrier.
My battery didn't die.
Lead butt.
Yeah, Matt Scaife. They canceled
Blocking
Pennsylvania
the
just
signal.
because of you, buddy. All your fault.
The
Matt,
junk
shame
in
on
the
you.
trunk.
That's right.
I think some of the complaints were warranted in a sense of how, it was a different way of doing things. It was Christine's first year. It's just a little different. And it was the first Barnsmoker of the year last year.
So
Usually, Pennsylvania benefits from not being the first Barnsmoker of the year. Usually, it used to be Florida was the first Barnsmoker, but Drew Estate wisely moved the Florida Barnsmokers to November because it's not as deadly hot as it is in May when they usually did it.
the only hiccup I'm going to address Matt where he's talking about his Charles, sorry, his GLP-1 dose the week before Barnsmoker so he can be able to eat and drink. There was one person who did not do that and
was imbibing a lot.
Had to go home in an ambulance because of that very reason.
Yeah,
that was the only. I didn't see anybody have to like get cold hose down because they were overheated, and that was really the only hiccup for a consumer, I think.
Yeah. That I know of, and they
Yeah,
have
that
a
I
first
know
aid.
of.
They had a first aid team there as well.
Yeah.
And the police were all over the place.
They were very pleasant. The first aid folks, everybody that they hired to come in and help out, be.
Connecticut's the only Barnsmoker where they have the on-stand fire department the whole time.
Yeah.
They were there.
That's the only Barnsmoker because of the laws in Connecticut. I think it's actually Ellington's laws about it. Because last year they were like, if we see you guys smoking in a barn, we will shut this Barnsmoker down. Because it used to be you could walk through the barns and see the tobacco and you could smoke in it. Kentucky, you sit in a barn and smoke.
Yeah, sure they were not letting people in.
They blocked the entrances to the barns. Now
there were people who snuck in.
They have 2 brand new barns up there, Chief, and they are full.
I knew they were building the barns because I followed Dunfoster on Instagram. So I knew they were building barns. I was interested to see, and I figured I knew where they were building the barns just by the pictures that they were posting. Because I've been to Connecticut 3 times now, so I kind of realized, what was where, and
I could live out there in Connecticut. It was beautiful.
It is nice.
Now they had the entrance where you walk between the barn, where we had the dust storm.
Yep.
That was the best entrance to me when you came in between the barns. And this year, because of where the parking was, you came across the face of the barn. There weren't tailgaters like there were last year. You know how everybody parked in that parking lot where the tobacco was, and they tailgated for hours before the event. This year they didn't do that because they were parked on the other side.
I think it probably had a lot to do with people knew the weather was going to be bad too.
And I think Jay Bates was making people put their chairs up. He was pretty much a parking meanie. He was so mean.
Matt Scaife, you're supposed to be on my side. No, but it does. It makes me super excited for Kentucky. That's the first weekend of October, so looking forward to that. I hated, like I said earlier, and said 2 weeks ago, hate that I'm having to miss it. Obviously, was going to miss it no matter what because my daughter started school. But
you could have heard what people said nice about you, but no.
No, this is.
No,
it's the
I
world's
don't
smallest
care.
violin playing the world's saddest song.
At least you're playing it for me.
So it does make me excited to go to Kentucky to see the Black Widow Saloon. Because Kentucky can get warm.
What's going to be neat though, Stephen, is that it should be a different Black Widow experience because they weren't able to put up what they originally said.
Right. Well, they put up everything. They just had to tear down their front wall.
Right, but it'll be new.
Indoors. Yeah,
it'll be new again. So people who would have gone to this one, if they go to Kentucky, they'll get a different experience.
Thanks, Matt. Kentucky, in 2019, Kentucky had a VIP experience. Or it wasn't VIP, it was the Acid Tent.
Acid Tent.
So it's not a new concept in the sense of like, we experienced that in Kentucky and we experienced it in Florida. It was a little different because it was a raised platform. And that was really cool. But the thing about that is it took Eli from DJing in front of everybody, the whole entire thing, to just a certain part of the farm. Which you could do and just broadcast that. If you can broadcast into the Black Widow Saloon, you can broadcast out of the Black Widow Saloon if you wanted. But I know Drew Estate doesn't want to cut off access to Eli from.
They had a live
non-VIP.
band, and that live band was jamming.
They were good.
They were good. They were good.
They really were.
I mean, they weren't pop rocks, but they were good.
I think they were better.
You don't know pop rock.
Yes, I do. They were at Texas.
They were.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
they weren't the
No,
same.
this band was, in my opinion, my own humble little opinion, this band was way better.
Pop rocks at Horsepower Ranch was the best pop rocks. They were really good at the Connecticut too. Dallas was a little different.
They weren't in Connecticut. That wasn't Pop Rocks in Connecticut.
Where was the
As
air
in-
station?
That was Connecticut, but it wasn't Pop Rocks. Pop Rocks was at Pennsylvania.
They were at Pennsylvania. You're right. On
Wow.
the farm.
Yeah, it was a different group.
I
They
thought
they were
was
already booked
Mhm.
for that
Will they
weekend.
be in Kentucky or will it be a whole new?
Who knows?
I wonder. I hope they were good. They really were.
Put you in the sin bin.
No, it was good. It was a great Barnsmoker. It was. Everybody seemed extremely happy. Everybody seemed engaged and enjoyed. A lot of people came in groups this year. There were a lot of groups of people.
Like lounges.
You didn't see
collectives.
tobaccology, but I think that's Pennsylvania, isn't it? Where they all wore the red shirts and maroon shirts.
Connecticut's usually the big tobaccology group.
There were several big groups.
Tobaccology wasn't there, but there were clutches of 5, 6, 7 people in little groups, more this time than other times that I've seen.
But that's in my opinion, that's the best part of Barnsmoker. Now, and I say that having been to double-digit Barnsmokers, I rather prefer the hanging
Been to
out
10
in group
Barnsmokers?
more than.
Wow.
Well, I mean, you
Five
guys
and-
started going before COVID.
5 in 2022, 3 last year,
So far, one.
3 in 2019, 1 in 18, and 1 in 17.
14 for you.
14
Yeah,
plus
13 for
15 for me. Wow.
Yes, they're in Virginia, but they make it up to the Connecticut Barnsmoker as a big group. They all wear their red tobaccology baseball shirts.
And there's a bunch of them.
I don't remember seeing them. I saw a lot of
He just said they weren't there.
No, they weren't there.
Oh well, there you go.
That's what he was saying.
Oh my bad.
There were some other groups there.
The Buffalo Order the guy
I
was
one
only
guy.
saw one.
One guy.
I saw,
Loyal-
and he wore that hat the
Loyal
whole
Order of the One. I
day.
think was he wearing? There was a couple kilts.
Just
A
long.
couple people wearing kilts.
Yeah,
I
that's
thought
right.
about wearing a kilt to the Barnsmoker, but then I'm like, I don't want to be that guy.
And I think for the most part, like a majority, I would say 98% of the people that came through the lines were very pleasant.
Yeah.
There might have been like maybe 2%, 3%, something like that, but that were just kind of entitled-ish
I was
coming across.
I was
as
packing
entitled.
backpacks right next to where they were giving out the cigars, where the retailer was, and if I didn't hear 100 times, I didn't hear once. Can I give you $10 for another pack of cigars? Can I give you $10 for another pack of cigars?
No, but if you go to the Florida Barnsmoker, you can buy Corona cigar
You
exclusives.
can. You can.
So you can get your FSGs.
I
You
would
20 acre
say
farms.
property-wise, and now I've never been to Pennsylvania, but I would say Connecticut is in the running with Florida as far as like.
No, Connecticut's the best property, hands down. No debate, no fight.
Well,
close.
2 years ago, Connecticut was the best, period, par excellence, because
The field in the middle.
that big
Field in
field
the
was,
front.
and that right there, I'm telling you, that is amazing, just amazing. Oh, that was so.
Florida's
beautiful.
one of my least favorite just because of how tight it is. Kentucky is really good for me because of how open it is, and you have all those barns. I hope this year Kentucky has the fields with tobacco in it, like they did in 2019.
I hope they laid the gravel down a couple days before.
I liked that they had their tractors parked in their barn in Kentucky. because it kind of gave you like this. I'm part of the barn farm feel because they like didn't rope it off, like people could touch it, sit on it, take pictures on it, and it really made for a nice background. That was something at that Barnsmoker, and I thought that Drew Estate did well, and I think they should bring it back. Is that they told people like go around the farm, take your pictures, hashtag them, submit them, and then I did they
They didn't do that this year.
they did it, and
We didn't do it last year either.
I think that is such a great idea. I mean, number one, it floods your social media, but number two, people really they want to do that. Like they want to get their pictures shown up on the big screen, or they want, some acknowledgement. But they take really good pictures. Yeah. But I mean, talk about bumping your social media.
I miss the 360 camera. I like seeing people do the 360 camera.
Matt.
You're talking not 360 camera, the 360 would be if the camera's facing out instead of in. You're talking about the
you stand in there and they spin it around. Yeah.
That was in Dallas.
I like that.
It was in 2022.
Yeah, it was the whole year. They had it in all the places.
Oh, they did.
Which is really cool. A lot of people wanted to get that done. A lot of people would get up on that stage. 5 or 6 people almost tripping over each other because it had been late in the afternoon and they had been in the elbow just a little bit. And it was funny to watch them spin those things around, and it was that was kind of neat.
I did one with Robert Cash in Kentucky in 2022.
Did you?
Yeah. I never posted it. I've got it on my phone, I think.
Robert Cash will be in Kentucky.
Yep.
Willie.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, Steven, guess who else is going to be in Kentucky?
Yo,
mama. Yo, mama.
I'll tell you what. First Lady did such a good job. I got a phone call from Christine, who ran the Barnsmoker, and she said that Sarah did such a great job. She calls you Sarah, not First Lady. She goes, Sarah did such a great job. If she wants to come to any of the Barnsmokers, she is more than welcome to come and hang out. And you really got a lot of work done. You were very, very, very
because I appreciated it. I want to be there to support, of course, you and your brand of Bob the Cigar Guy. But part of your brand is like working really hard. Like you guys work your butts off when you go. And like y'all aren't there because you get the swag or the bags of cigars. Like, because that's not what you get. Like you guys are there to promote Drew Estate, but like you guys put on. So I have to live up to your brand.
You did a great job. You did a great job.
But I want to do that because like I would not want to get out there and sandbag it and then that be because that would be what people would see. That would be what people would pick up on.
And you had the ability to just hang out if you wanted to. I mean, and you chose to jump in there and step up. But I mean, the Finleys are workers.
But I really enjoy.
Grinders.
I guess whenever I go, like there's some part of being at the front and like either it's taking tickets or directing people with their ticket books. This time I got to give away, some swag stuff that wasn't a part of what you bought. Like it was just extra stuff that Drew Estate was like, we got these for our consumers. And they were handing them out and like, we were just filling bags because at first they had a couple of their model ladies or whoever,
the Deadwood girls.
Yeah, the Deadwood girls that were walking around and giving them out, and I was just keeping them supplied. But then I got to take over when they were done, and I enjoy being able to say hey to people, and I love giving away other people's stuff. I am not gonna lie, I really love it.
Hey George. Hey George.
My man George.
I had a great time. It was nice. And our trip home was nice.
It was nice.
It was nice and laid back. We didn't have to get up at the butt crack of dawn. That was not this year. Was that this year? Yeah, it is this year. There's my boots.
That was Sarah handing stuff
out. Hello, my boots.
Your what?
My boots. I was glad I had on boots.
George is waving.
I really was.
I love that picture.
That is a good picture.
Like a boss. Like a boss.
What?
Mr. Pablo
We need
Picasso.
to we need to post some of our. I don't know if you've posted any of the
I haven't.
pictures.
I've been slack. I got home, went to work the next day.
Yeah.
So tomorrow's my first day off. So lots of reviews.
Are you off tomorrow?
No. I'm not. No, I'm not off. Stevie, rewind. let's back this up a little bit. Yeah, I'm working. Yeah, I'm working the whole weekend.
You guys never tell me anything. Don't let me.
Wonder why.
Y'all stepping on my neck.
I told you last night.
No, you didn't.
Yeah.
No, you didn't. Y'all.
Yeah, if we do custom Bob Cigar and Chief shirts, they got to be Carhartt pocket tees.
I don't like pocket tees.
I'll
Hold your
design
cigars.
some. I'll
Perfect
design
cigar
some.
shirts.
I've been looking at all sorts of like ways to make side hustle money.
Oh,
I've been sending them to Steven like crazy.
Oh,
I've been
really?
12:45 in the
Have you
morning.
really?
I'm like, oh, I'm gonna send this to Steven. I'm gonna send this to Steven. But one of them is like having like designing your using I can't even remember what the name of it is, but like using some of the AI stuff and using like design logo things that are supported by AI, and then you have your own like TikTok shop. You're one of the, not the people selling it, but you're one of the, you own the product. Like, I want to do that. Like, I could sell BTCG and Chief things on TikTok or
Yeah,
Etsy.
because people who don't know us are going, oh, yeah, I'll buy a BTCG shirt.
Yeah, but it doesn't have to just be a BT. I mean, people buy shirts all the time. If
You
they
got to
like
spend
them.
money to make money, and we ain't got
No.
money.
I'm watching all the reels on how to make money without having money.
Oh, Jesus.
Well,
Watching them all.
TikTok is the devil, Shanny Jade. You're right.
Look, I've been sending Shanna Jade stuff
Well,
to hers. I don't even know if she's watching them, but I've been sending her stuff on little shortcuts of being a teacher, so she don't have to work so hard.
Steven, now that he's only got one kid at home, he's not going to respond till 1 o'clock. That's about when he wakes up.
I'm sending.
I got Shepard at home.
1 o'clock in the morning. I'm sending them.
Gives Shepard a little sippy cup of Benadryl.
12:45, and I'm sitting there scrolling through
Chief,
reels.
now that it's readily available, is H99 still your favorite DE stick? Probably.
I love H99, but I don't think it's my
H99
favorite
Robusto,
stick.
probably my favorite Crusade stick.
I don't know.
There's not been anything to dethrone it. There's not been anything to dethrone it yet.
Me and that Pappy is pretty
I
tough.
think-
Listen, Dan, we're going to have to embrace the AI. AI is the wave of the future.
Yes,
Even
Carhartt
worse.
vests.
I
Heck
know.
yeah. What we need to do is we need to do like a BTCG meet and greet, Chief and BTCG meet and greet,
I
and
think you should.
pay for a stencil artist to come and have people bring like Carhartt vests, whatever, and then have like BTCG number 1 or Chief number 1, and then up through how many numbers or whatever, and then people can get their name stenciled on with them smoking a cigar, and it's kind of like a club badge.
You guys could do it at my barn. You could hold an event at my barn.
You don't have a barn.
I do have a barn. I go there every week. I'll be there tomorrow. You could do a whole BTCG Chief event and have people come in and
I don't think enough people would come to an event for us to put on an event.
you don't think so?
Events are not cheap.
No, that would have to be something that's planned out in advance. I mean, we're in year
Right.
7 now, so
Yeah.
You don't
Maybe.
think you'd have, I mean, you could do a 25 person, but include some of your like reps, and you've got some local cigar lounges that would come. I'm just the idea pitch.
what'd you say?
Stephen Nicholas, you are gonna get it tonight. You on my list.
What you gonna do? Shorty.
I'm gonna go out there with this knife that's sitting right. I'm gonna flatten all 4 of your tires. No, I'm gonna flatten 3. I'm gonna flatten 3 of your tires, and that way, if you try to drive away, you're gonna be like,
Now you've incriminated yourself.
I don't care.
My insurance
I'm
company.
just gonna claim property rights. You mine's.
Mm-mm.
You my boy.
There's an amendment that
There's no amendment.
negated.
By the way,
slavery,
tonight's show is
servitude.
brought to you by our sponsors, Zycar. If you go to Zycar.com and use code Chief Talk, all caps, all one word, you get 15% off your total
I
purchase.
still got to
Also,
contact somebody. 'Cause
Drew Estate
I've been told
is
by
one
two
of our
people that it's not
sponsors, and we
working.
love Drew Estate. Thank you so much for being so Drew
Look,
Estate-y, Drew
Matt, we've
Estate.
come to Traveler's Rest. We'll do it just for Matt.
We need 19 more.
Shannon
what?
Jade, why are you gluing googly eyes on potatoes?
Because they're doing potato Olympics at school.
Potato Olympics?
Yeah, I'm not going to sit here and describe it. Shannon can see the video.
Okay.
Um,
Bob's off tomorrow.
she needs him for
Big
tomorrow.
Daddy can
No, we can't.
She needs him for tomorrow.
Bob's not
What she's
open.
doing is she's just going to get like the potatoes ready, and then I'm going to stay up and glue them. Most likely.
Will they stick on a potato?
For a
I
while.
still got a burn mark on my pinky from the glue gun, so I'm sure.
Look, I got the little, my spot finally, like I can still feel it, but it's like you can't see it anymore. That hot glue gun we use to do, feel it, it's right there. To do Shannon's room, well, that sucker set you on fire. That was hot.
They call it a hot glue gun.
It was industrial hot.
It was super hot.
It wasn't the hot glue that you get on your finger like, oh man, okay, I'm done.
It was like, oh my God, I just got burned the crap out of.
Like I wanted to cuss so bad, my kids was in the room. And I was in the middle of school.
And it happened so fast.
The hot glue where, I mean,
Like you're trying to get it off of you, but you're like trying not to drop the hot glue gun. Because I did. I got it right there, and then I went to get it off. Because
honestly, the best way to probably do it would be to like take toothpicks, cut them in half, glue the back of the eye, stick the toothpick into the back of the glue on the eye, and then shove the toothpick into the potato. Probably the best way to do it. But the
if
video,
it's a cooked potato. Are they cooked?
no, you wouldn't be able to do it with cooked potatoes. Silly.
I don't know what all you're doing with the potato.
Putting eyes on them.
I know, but how you're not going to be able to stick the stick into the potato with the eyeball on it
Why?
if it's not cooked.
Why?
That's because it's too hard. What kind of potatoes are we talking? Are we talking like Idaho potatoes? Are we talking red skin potatoes? Are we talking Yukon Golds? I need more details.
Steven's strong.
Strong like bull.
He can push it through. I have faith. You could take a staple gun and staple the eyes on.
Here you go. Look.
Oh, that's like. Oh, that's cute. That's like a Yukon Goldish. So apparently it will stick.
While everybody's not watching anything, Steven's showing a video of this young lady
Shanna said, potatoes.
putting googly eyes and smiley faces on potatoes.
Why does it have to have hot glue so the eyes stick to the potatoes?
Show them the video.
No, I'm not pulling the video. We're about to end this thing anyways.
Google googly-eyed potatoes.
Okay, so I think that's it on the catch up and the wrap up. Barnsmoker, and then Davidoff is going to be back at PCA next year, which is awesome. I've been put on the Davidoff press release team, which is neat.
Davidoff press release team. What's that?
Steven gets press releases from manufacturers to put on Shredder Report.
White glue wouldn't stick. Sorry, I'm not I mean, it might. It's hot glue definitely sticks better than white glue does. So, but with that, we are going to end the show here. Thank you all for hanging out with us. It was a great show. We hit 20 people at 2.5 minutes into the show, and we have not dropped beneath 23 the whole entire show.
Oh, nice.
So thank you all for hanging out with us. You guys must have missed us last week. So we are regular scheduled program for the rest of this month and all through September. And then October, we'll take another break because we've got the Kentucky Barnsmoker.
I probably won't be here in September for 2 weeks because we're going to be in Europe. So it'll be Chief and Chief. Maybe he'll have a couple guests on.
I might. I'm talking about.
I think the Thursday night, because we're supposed to fly out on Friday.
Yeah, which means I won't be on.
Right.
You thought about what?
I thought about maybe getting the Barber and Cigar on.
Well, that'd be cool.
Ooh, do it.
Send me a flow.
So
I like Sammy.
we'll see.
Speaking
He's
of that,
very kind.
before you get off,
And Robert, the barber.
you are in a online magazine, cigar magazine. You've spoken about.
Oh, the Dead Leaf.
Yes. So Cigar World published an article of an interview with Justin, one of our co-founders of the Dead Leaf Breakfast Club. You go to cigarworld.com, and there's an article on the Dead Leaf Breakfast Club and an interview with Justin. And it gives a little bit of an insight into the club and our goals and who we are and what we do. Obviously, you guys have heard every week, stuff about the Dead Leaf Breakfast Club. We had Supremo Tobacco on. We usually have Supremo, Justin, Photos de Puros, Law Ream. He's in the Dead Leaf Breakfast Club. So yeah, there was cigarworld.com, I think it is. There's an article on the Dead Leaf Breakfast Club, and really cool, really fun to see. You're actually, it's so hilarious.
Yeah, me and Mac are the biggest ones in the front.
That's the photo. You, Mac, Albert, and Caleb are all in the photo.
Right.
Jawal's not in the photo, and then the big bar across the photo cuts out Brian's head. So, but I get it. It's the only photo that we have of all of us on there. So I think next year.
Who took the pictures?
It was our waitress. At the Bagel Mania.
No, this was a different picture.
Yeah, not last year's picture.
The one in Vegas.
Yeah. So I think next year we're gonna try to get a legit picture of all of us, just in case that ever happens again. But no,
I got a good picture of several of you on the stairs that night.
That's just that. Well, that's only 3 Dead Leaf Breakfast Club members.
Oh,
Law, myself, and Justin. But I did think it was funny how you and Mac and Albert are center frame in the photo.
Right.
And we didn't have a couple Dead Leaf Breakfast Club members that were in Vegas there for that breakfast.
Yeah, that was funny.
Because Mike wasn't there and Jawal wasn't there.
I mean, half of me was kind of happy about it. Half of me was like, oh, man, that sucks for Dead Leaf Breakfast Club, because me and Mac are sitting there as big as day. Albert's in the back, right dead center. And I'm like, it should have been y'all, Sean, not us there. I mean, it was cool that we were there, but it was, that sucked.
I think I have it on my phone. So, yeah.
I sent you a picture of Joao and myself. You didn't even respond to it.
I was busy. So yeah, you've got Mac and Bob the cigar guy
and
right center front, and then Albert is right in the middle of the photo, and then right behind the fast in breakfast is Brian's head. So, but yeah, that's Cigar World on Instagram. But they posted the link on their website, cigarworld.com.
It's a good article.
It's a good article. It was an interview with Justin, but it was more of a, hey, tell us what the Dead Leaf Breakfast Club is all about. So, all right, guys, thank you all for hanging out with us. We love you all. It was a whole lot of fun. We'll see you next week. Have you checked out ChevetteReport.com? It's the newest cigar media outlet to keep you in the know with all things cigar lifestyle related. From press releases to reviews, we have it all covered. Be some of our first members to join ChevetteReport.com and be a part of the next step in the cigar culture. ChevetteReport.com. Time to relax. Whew. Man, I'm beat. Whew. What are you doing? What are you doing here? Show's over. Go home. Go home. Show's over. What are you waiting for? You waiting for another show? This is a one-ticket entry. Go. Bye. Go. Go. Go.